Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And as you can see, we have the announcement for the next English Developer Diary, which is going to air just shortly after the JP livestream starts. This will be in English, and it will give us, I would say, about 60% of the information that the JP streams have. Sometimes they don't give us like the beatdown battle examples. Sometimes they don't give the skill fusions, but we do find out the English translated kits for the new characters. And get ready for a festive developers diary. So this will come at 11:15 a.m. UTC, which is going to be 3:15 in the morning for me, something like that. And it is Alara in a festive Santa outfit, which can only really lead to one thing. If we've got the caricature dressed up in Christmas and it's a festive developer's diary, that means that we're getting a Christmas meta for Tuesday. So under just under 2 days from now. So what could that look like? As a reminder, here is the actual JP livestream live in 30 hours at 3 a.m. my time on Tuesday the 26th. So this will happen at 3 in the morning for me on Tuesday, and then, 15 hours later at 6 p.m. my time, the banner will drop with the new characters. So it's going to be a same day release as what we find out what the characters are and what they do. But looking in the game, this is the current Festive Memories team. And it's, for lack of a better term, it's kinda ass. Okay? We have Christmas Shuna, who is very much power crept at this point, but she is still one of the few characters with an alt swap to green. It is 2 orbs, which is better than the heroes. It's not as good as Overlord Shizu's, but hey, whatever. And she also does not have a skill fusion, and they have already started to skill fuse EX characters, so I would say that chances are like 90% that Shuna gets a skill fusion. Now, whether or not they buff her synergy power or they buff her alt swap, like, I really, really don't think that they're gonna give her like a triple alt swap instead of a double alt swap. Like, I think that's just off the table. So I think what they're gonna do is they're going to either buff the synergy power for magic allies, or buff it and remove the restriction for magic only, and just give them guaranteed synergy and like 60% synergy power for everybody for 55 points. That way she can kind of compete with the new Divine General Diablo, but not quite, because he's giving 100 and he also gives it to the backline, whereas the Shuna would not do that and not nearly as powerful. I think that's much more realistic in terms of skill fusion. Vind Veldora is another green orb changer. He's physical, whereas Shuna's magic, but he has no skill fusions. He's got a double orb change to greens, which I guess if they want to go with what they've been doing, they could either make it like Festive Memories, 2 random orbs to green instead of just being locked to oranges. And then his second skill is pretty terrible, so they could do a lot of stuff with this. Lowers enemy pierce power, like, it's so not useful that I haven't even leveled it. Lowers pierce power and then green orb damage. They've changed a lot of these orb damage buffs that are low cost and low value to something completely different. So I could see him getting either 1 skill fusion for this stupid skill, or maybe even 2 skill fusions at once, because they've done that for multiple characters now. But he would be in line. Wind Lumi already has 2 skill fusions, so she's done. We can't really do anything to her until we get the EX upgrades on the 20th of December. So she's out of the picture, but she is yet another green orb changer. Shion is free to play. Christmas Velzard is an AoE fire physical nuking character. So, since we already know that the next incoming meta is probably fire, I would be, I wouldn't say 100% certain, but I'd be fairly certain that they're going to give us a physical team, because it's been a while since we've had a physical meta in general. Divine General, Octagon Demon Lord, Antagonist are all magic, so we'd have to go back to Protectors of Peace as their lone physical meta, and then magic, and then Commander was physical. So it's been a while since we've gotten a physical meta, and physical fire would give some value to this Velzard being an AoE nuking character. Attack buff, alt damage, is a double orb stealer. She doesn't have any skill fusions either, so they could either skill fuse both or just probably skill fuse her buff skill, give her extra attack, give her a higher alt buff, or alt damage buff. So like 40% attack and 60% alt damage, something like that, and give us like a somewhat okay AoE fire nuking character who is physical, who can work. We have Christmas Shizu, who does have one skill fusion for the fire attack and fire resistance down, and this being a fire meta, she'll probably actually have a lot of value as an older character. If she's not skill fused, it's just fire attack 50%. You just don't get the 30% down. So it's not like you're missing that much. And her second skill, AoE attack resistance down by 15%, and then allies pierce power. They could definitely skill fuse this and make this higher, last longer. I think that'd be very, very easy. And then we've got Maid Rimuru, who he's a unit, but he also just got a double skill fusion, which I have not done, and I'm not sure if I will, but that's besides the point. He has two skill fusions. They can't do much more to him, just like we can't do anything to Wind Lumi. So the pick of units is very much physical focused, green orb focused, and fire. And then Shuna, like magic allies. So that's why I think that they might remove the magic restriction and just make it all allies. That way she could fit on a physical fire team and still give them a buff. That's my reasoning for this. But then again, this force is not big. So what other characters could we see that might work for a Christmas theme? Now, of course, this is complete speculation. I have nothing to go off of. This is kind of just what I think might work. Might being the keyword. We already have a Shizu. We already have a Velzard. We already have a Lumi. So I'm going to eliminate most of those picks from the additions to this incoming Festive Memories Christmas meta. And let's go with something new that we haven't got in a while. We just got a Blanc. Just got an Isis, just got a Rimuru, just got a Milim, got a Diablo, got Kyoko, got a hero. Knock him out. Rimuru actually not being on Festive Memories is kind of weird, but we did just get one. We do have a fire physical single target, so if they want to make it a fire physical meta, he would work. Again, we already have Shizu. Milim is not there, but we literally just got her. Shizu already exists. I unfortunately don't see us getting a Christmas Soka. I would personally love a Christmas Soka, but I don't know if they would bring her. I could see Jean or Violet getting a Christmas unit. I think that'd be kind of fun. More so, I mean, who would work better? Violet's kind of short. You could make her an elf. you could make her a little elf instead, a little Santa's helper elf. Jean in a festive kind of dress like Velzard has. That could be also pretty funny as well. So I would consider them ripe, considering we just got a Blanc, and they generally drop primal demons in batches, I guess, very close together. Guy, we just got the protector version of him. I don't think he's coming. Shuna is already on the Festive Memories team. Albus, we only get her once in a blue moon, right? We have this Albus, and we have the free-to-play Albuses, and that's about it. So whether or not she shows up, I mean, I would love more Snake Waifu, but again, this isn't an anniversary theme, so I mean, anything is possible. She could, I guess she could. I wouldn't rule it out completely, but I also don't have very high hopes for it. Rain and Misery just don't get units. Misery doesn't even have a summonable unit yet. Like, all she has is 2 free-to-plays. So the fact that we just don't have Misery at all, and we are still, like, Blanc came in, and like I said earlier, they tend to drop Primal Demons in batches, makes me think that we could get a Christmas Rain or a Christmas Misery. Misery, I would think more so, because we just don't have any representation of summonable units for her. Hinata, I mean, yeah, sure, kinda. We got her not too long ago, being the 8th of September. It's now November 24th, but hey, we still got one rather recently. Jean, again, no, we already have Veldora, we already got him on the team. Shinsha, we already got her recently. Benny Maru, Christmas Benny Maru. You know, it'd be kind of fun if they make a Mr. and Mrs. Claus, Benny Maru, and Albus. I think that would be cute. Would it be realistic? No, but I think it would be cute and funny. And then we could have like a free to play Momiji. we this Christmas meta could just be Benny Maru's harem. It could be him, Albus, Momiji, that other ogre chick that I don't remember her name. That was like a commander unit. That doesn't have any representation either. Someone give me her name in the comments. I can't remember it. I don't feel like looking it up, but that'd be kind of cute. They could all just be Santa and his little elves. Oh, we could get a Ranga could be a reindeer. Yeah, Ranga could be Ranga could be a reindeer. He is not in this force, and he could just be cosplaying because most of his other forms he's in some kind of outfit. Last one we got was a free to play for Wielder of Magic, like over a year ago. Yeah, it's been a while since we've gotten a Ranga. So, I mean, you could give Gobta or Rieger or Rigurd some Christmas themed units. Would they deserve it? Details, but it's possible. Again, like Momiji, if you want to go with the whole funny theme, she could be included, or just as a normal summonable character. I think that would work. Yom and Murin, units that don't get units very often. I could see them maybe being Mr. and Mrs. Claus in some kind of theme. Soe, an assassin elf? Maybe. Elmesia, no, we just got her. Cleesh, no. Shuna's already on the team. Geld. Would Geld be popular enough to summon for a Christmas theme? Yeah, I don't really know about that. Misery again. Ranga here. Gabaru. Summonable Gabaru. I mean, they put him in some wild outfits. Again, it's possible. Glenda, no, I don't really think so. Shion, we already have the free version. Not that it means a lot, so we could definitely get a Christmas Shion. Not the Masked Hero. Sufia, Frey. I mean, we don't have a lot of representation for these characters either. Or Aaron. Like, you could do Christmas themed for any of these three characters. I think they'd be pretty fairly popular. Maybe not Sufia as much, but Frey, definitely. I know people like Aaron. Trainee. She has a Christmas outfit in Slime Diaries, I'm fairly certain. In fact, a lot of characters have Christmas outfits in Slime Diaries. If they want to pull some of those over, I think that could work. And yeah, I think we've covered just about the gamut of everything. So I think there are a number of options. I guess you could do the kids. Would a kid meta be like interesting, like they did with Water 1.0 with like Alice and Chloe and Ryota? Like, we don't have any real representation for the boys. The girls at least got some summonable units. They could be little elves as well, or little mini Santas running around in hats. Possible. Yuki, well, I don't really know about that one. Christmas Romulus, just flying around, like hiding inside of a hat, flying. She's just a flying Christmas Santa hat, or a puffball for a beard. I don't know. Yeah, I think I like the Benny Maru and Albus theme the most, Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and then go with his harem. And again, not realistic, but I think it would be kind of fun. And this force desperately needs help. And I think they already have the bones of a team that could work being fire physical. So you put, not Summer Shizu, but Christmas Shizu as a support character. You could use Velzard as an AoE sub DPS or your main DPS if you don't pull for the mainline unit. We don't yet have an EX Unbound unit that is AoE, that is attack. All we have are AoE supports. All of the single target units are the attacking DPS characters. So I think it's time that we get an AoE character. And if we are going to go with the fire meta, looking at, again, the list, We've had green meta, orange, green, and our last blue meta was Ogre's Pride, which was fire. Momiji and Shuna, technically. So they're magic, but Momiji can be like a support option for a pure synergy team or a DPS if you need her to be, if it's going to go magic fire. Also, we have Prosper, so Prosper, Lumi, and Maribel. Or Prosper, well, Lumi and Elmesia. Lumi can convert all fire orbs. Elmesia can give fire allies the 70% alt buff and 120 alt resistance down. Like, that's really powerful. So I think you can get a lot of use out of these two blue metas if we get a blue meta here, because I think we're overdue for one at this point. Green, orange, green, green. I would be very, very confused if we got like another green meta 3 in a row. Orange, and no, they only give us like 1 or 2 of those every year, so I think we're good on our quota there. So I would expect probably a blue physical fire meta, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to have some somewhat decent supports that have come out earlier this year that you could put on the team. Again, I think Lumi and Elmesia will be pretty good if this ends up being blue. Momiji could be good. Soei, if it's magic in synergy, he would be a good support. Shuna would be a triple orb or triple alt swapper. Give everyone weakness strike. I guess if you pulled her. I hope you didn't though. And anyone else's fire? Tempest Elite. So you'd have Rimuru. Benimaru if it's physical. Single target. Alt resistance down and physical buff. Shuna only changes Tempest Elite orbs. So I don't know if everyone corresponding onto Festive Memories would also be Tempest Elite at the same time for this new team. I don't know how good she would be. But there are, I think, a number of characters that you could get away with from this year that would fit fairly well onto a fire-focused blue team, whether it be magic or physical. So that's my speculation. I am fairly certain that Shuna and Velzard and possibly Shizu get skill fusions. Veldora, maybe. We'll see how useful that second skill maybe ends up turning out to be, because if it's not a green meta, I don't know why they would skill fuse his green orb change. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what your unit picks would be to add to the Festive Memories team. What characters would you like to see that are not like the mainline ones that we just got? So think out of the box. Think characters who do not get a lot of representation in the game. And let me know who you pick in the comments below. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you all bright and fucking early Tuesday morning.